Hey, good morning. It's Jane with the Compassion Project, and I am super excited to be here with my beautiful mom, Mary Eagle. I'm just so excited she said yes to doing this. So, a little bit about my mom. My mom has been married to my dad for 60 years, 61 this June 27th. She is 82, right, Mom? And my mom is a very positive, fun, smart, loving woman with a bit of an edge to her. She always has had a bit of an edge, which is a good thing. And she's also a very talented artist and has done lots of paintings for our family. And she has lived a very healthy, active life. And I really admire that about you. So recently, my mom and dad moved into a Missionwood retirement resort, we call it, because it's kind of like a resort, right?
The last resort.
The last resort. But my mom and dad they've always had this really positive attitude. And yeah, so I just thought I'd bring her on to share what it's like, living in this retirement resort and how it's changed since social distancing, because you were just getting into the flow of it and meeting people. And yeah, so how's it going there?
Oh, it's going fine. When we first moved in, of course, we were super active. Bruce was playing billiards and I was teaching painting on Thursday mornings and working out and doing all kinds of things. And gradually they've just been disallowing things. They've been postponing or canceling. They canceled the painting, they canceled all the exercise programs. So it's become a lot less social.
Mm-hmm.
I miss that, I really do. It's been fun in here. I just love living here. I'm totally spoiled.
You're what?
I'm totally spoiled in here. I mean, I have all my dinners cooked for me and 3 of my breakfasts. Yeah.
I know you were really enjoying it. And I know that actually there's been a few times where I showed up and they wouldn't answer their phone. I didn't know where they were. Oh, we're doing chair yoga. Oh,
Yeah,
playing
right.
bridge. I'm like, oh, you're so busy and I'm bored. But so when the social distancing started happening, like, how did you think about that? Like, you know what I mean? Like in your life, you're 82. Have you ever seen anything like this happen?
No, but I heard about it from when my mother was young, and the Spanish flu came through, killed so many people. So it's part of nature, I think. And Mom said that people were just dropping on the street, dropping in the elevator, dropping wherever, and
Really?
you just ignored them. You just left them. Nothing you could do. Evidently, from contagion to death was about 12 hours with the Spanish flu.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was really lethal. And she said there were coffins piled up on the street corners. You just took, she just went to work and did her thing, and nobody took any precautions.
I guess there was no vaccine for that or anything back then,
No,
was there?
nobody knew. And it was 1918, which is right at the end of the First World War. And she was 18 years old.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So that's the only thing really that, and then there was the SARS thing, but that didn't really affect us. This
No.
is really up close and personal.
Yeah.
And we're a very vulnerable community here. And a lot of these people have breathing problems. And I even have a touch of COPD. So I have to be careful. So we're strict, but we know people are sneaking out. I mean, it's like herding cats around here. Honest to goodness. This is hysterical. Oh,
Well, how many people live in that retirement complex?
200. There's 200.
200. Okay.
Yeah, so, and they're trying to stagger our meals so they start dinners at 4 p.m. and the last meal sitting is like 6:45 or something. Trying to keep, they can only have so many in the dining room at one time.
Yeah.
They've got the tables so far apart, so
And are
everybody's
you
doing.
allowed out? We haven't seen you. You're allowed out to go get groceries or anything?
No,
No.
we're not allowed out at all, except for medical emergencies. I can take your dad to the ophthalmologist this afternoon, but I have to stay in the car and I have to sign something when I come back saying that I stayed in the car.
Oh, okay,
And
wow.
otherwise we'd be isolated for 2 weeks in our apartment. Wouldn't be able to go out at all, even to do laundry.
Wow, that's crazy.
Don't
So,
want that.
are you able to, because I know my mom really enjoyed um, painting, teaching painting. So, one thing, honestly, I have always admired about my parents, my mom, has been able to adapt to change. I feel like that's something you've always embraced in your life. Like, we moved a lot growing up. Um, and you were always able to adapt to change. And even going into this mission, what I was almost like, felt bad for you. You should
Well,
embrace it.
everybody, all our friends were like, "What? Oh no." My friends were saying, "Oh no, oh no." And now they're saying, "So what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, just played bridge." Because we can sit at the big table, the huge table, and we have a tray that we push the cards across back and forth. We play bridge,
Oh, that's so good.
you
But it's
know.
the importance of the social connection we all need, right?
Well, like I was telling you earlier, every morning around 10, I wander out with my mug to the latte machine to see if there's anyone there because I just want to see someone.
Yeah.
So, and we still have access to the exercise room, and I worked out this morning. But if we can only be one, or if you're a couple, two at once, no one else can come in while you're there, and then you have to clean everything when you leave. So we're doing all those things.
See, okay, so here is a perfect example. This is why I have to stay healthy because my mom has always been very healthy. I remember as a teenager, you making yogurt, on the counter, your own homemade yogurt. I remember all the salad bars. I would come home and you'd be doing yoga. Like you were always ahead of the time for health. And now you're in your 80s and you're
I'll
healthy.
I'll be 83 in a couple weeks.
I know.
And and we started yoga in the early 60s when nobody knew what it was. People thought it was an evil from India. They did. They really
Really?
did. Yeah. Yeah. When you said yoga, they were like, "Oh." And any outside thinking beyond the box of religion, people called New Age. Oh, New Age, that's really bad stuff.
Uh,
But I've always thought differently. I don't know why.
yeah. Yeah. And actually, you know what? It's good because one thing that my mom is doing and my dad is they're very good with technology, even learning this StreamYard to do the interview with me. But she does FaceTime so you can see your great grandchildren,
Mhm.
Kyla and Maurice.
Mhm.
I know.
That's the hardest thing is not being with family. But we do talk every day pretty much, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
Kyla's 6 months old, and so we FaceTime and so you can see them and
Yeah.
get the joy, right?
Yeah.
I know.
It's amazing. But I think this pandemic is a good thing. I think it's sort of like a cleansing thing. We were far too materialistic. We just wanted too much and we wanted it right now. Well, we're going to have to wait. We send out our grocery order. We take it to the front desk and they go shopping for us. And they come back with only half of it because the shelves are empty.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting time. But like I said earlier, people in India are seeing the Himalayas for the first time in their lives. The air is clearing.
That's crazy. I know because
Mm-hmm.
you said that to me earlier, and I was like, "Oh, what do you mean they're getting out?" And you're like, "No, no, no, they can see them because there was too
Yeah,
much pollution before, right?"
yeah, the air was so polluted.
And the dolphins are now swimming in the Venice
Yeah,
canals, and I know
I
it's
know it's
crazy.
really, really interesting what's happening.
Oh, Mom, look at someone's watching. Look, Kyla, your great granddaughter's watching this.
Oh, is she watching? Oh, hi,
Oh, and look at someone put. Oh my God, she's so adorable and sweet, just like you, Mom. Someone thinks you're adorable and sweet. Yes, she is. Well, my mom's adorable and sweet, but she's not without a challenge. Her and I are. We learn a
Kyla.
lot from each other. We have a. It's all
Well,
about learning.
that's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
I've always seen or tried to see you children as not mine. You just came through me. You're just people that used me to get here to learn your lessons. So I've always had just a tiny bit of detachment from you, but love you terribly. Just the same.
but you also you have a very strong spiritual course that you're on, right? Which is
Yes.
I really admire that too because you have a very strong, a positive mindset, and you and Dad have been through a lot in your lives, and you have a very healthy, strong, loving marriage. And I mean, it's such a good role model for me that you embrace life, ups and downs, and
Well, we wouldn't be together without forgiveness.
without forgiveness.
No, we wouldn't because, we hurt each other terribly in the course of our lives. And forgiveness has been the answer. And not forgiveness of the world, because I've seen couples like us have their problems and then they forgive, but they never forget and they get even every time they can.
Oh yeah.
And we were fortunate to stumble onto a Course in Miracles in the the early 80s, and been reading it ever since. And the type of forgiveness that it proposes is that this person didn't really come to earth to please you. They came to live their lives and they didn't intentionally hurt you. I can choose to be hurt by
Yeah.
something, or I can see that they're just individuals living their lives. I had this feeling like I owned Bruce and that I owned every lustful feeling he ever had. Well, sorry, didn't work out that way. And so the Course proposes that forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It's like you just let it go. You see, it's just part of his experience in life, and mine was part of my experience. And I forgive myself, I forgive him. And we stay as present as we possibly can all the time, because the past is nothing.
Yeah.
It means nothing. It means so. It's so different for each person. Like Bruce and I will talk about something out of the past that'll just come up, and he has a totally different version to me, and that's why the past is nothing.
Yeah, because when something happens in the
We
past,
remember
you
we
would see
remember
it
it
different.
differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who's right and who cares?
Exactly. Move forward. Like they say, let the past go, start clean every day. Start
Every
fresh every
minute,
day.
actually, every minute.
Every minute.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta work on that.
You start fresh
Oh,
every minute.
every minute. I was like, start fresh every day. Start fresh every minute. That means you're constantly resetting.
Constantly resetting. And a
Constantly.
lot of the yoga practices, the breathing practices, are helpful in that, because as soon as you feel emotion rise, you can say, just a second here, and breathe and restart.
Right.
I'm not going to get tangled up in this.
Right. Exactly. Forgiveness is everything. And well, I've worked a lot on myself and
Yeah.
forgiveness and being aware of your thoughts. Like, I think it's powerful that sometimes we don't realize that we're not aware of our thoughts. And then all of a sudden, when you start to have this, oh, wait a second, I can control the way I think. And people like you, as my mom, have the right to do and be and say whatever you want, is how I react that causes the
Yeah.
problems. It's my control over my thoughts. And yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. We
and
can't
the Course in
change
Miracles,
we
what was that?
can't change the event, but we can change our reaction to the event. That's the only thing we've got control over.
Right. The reaction to it. That's amazing.
What were you going
And
to say? Course in
well,
Miracles?
but also that's sort of the same as what's happening with this social distancing, and it's how we react to it that will cause the problem, right? It's the same. How we react to what the event that's happening in the world is. You can be positive, live in the moment, or you can be in fear and living way ahead, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have two choices, love and fear, all the time.
So someone just asked, A Course
Mhm.
in Miracles, is that a particular book? This is Jan. Jan, oh, you're so sweet. Love Jan. She was on a couple of weeks ago. It's called Codependency. I had that too. Boy, have we come a long way. Oh, with the husband, yeah. Course in Miracles. You know what? My mom would tell it's a spiritual text, right? And actually, Oprah Winfrey does A Course in Miracles, and so does Deepak Chopra. He always quotes from it.
Yeah, a lot of famous people have done it too, but
Do you have it there? Do you have it there?
I have it in the drawer, but at home. I get it out every morning and read it. But
Mm.
do you want me to fetch it?
Yeah, just go grab it and we'll I'll
Yeah.
show Jan if you want to
Okay.
grab it. Yeah. So yeah. But Jan, yeah, we'll get it so she can I really believe the Course in Miracles is something so valuable that my parents have done. And it's really kept their marriage strong. And she's been doing that for 20 years, right, Mom?
No, 35.
Oh.
35 years.
So just hold, there you go, see? Yeah. And then we can put it, I'll put
You can get it at Chapters or whatever it's called now. And it's by the Foundation for Inner Peace. And what it is actually a book on mind control. It helps you to control your thinking because that's what we're ruled by our thinking.
right.
And if you can, and a lot of times or most times, that's the only thing you have control over.
It is your thoughts. I know. And you know
I
what?
know.
For years, you were trying to get me to do the Course in Miracles, and I fought it. And I actually had my own journey of different um, things I was listening to, books I was reading that has brought me in that same path of, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. So anyway,
Well,
do you have anything else
yeah.
to add?
No, I just want people to know that there's going to be a good outcome from this. I think we're all going to be better people for it.
That's good. I do too.
Inward can't go out, gotta go inward, right?
Can't go out. You got to go inward. We all have to go inward. That's true.
So you wanted me to show them my painting that
Yes, she's an artist. I was going to say, show your painting. So she's working on that. Can you hold it up?
Mhm.
There we go. It's so
Oh,
beautiful.
just a minute.
Other way. There. Look at the reflection of that pepper in there. That's amazing. Yes, my mom's a really talented artist. And I'm going to show mine because she painted a picture of Maurice for me holding his bunny. And it's hanging that was my birthday present. Isn't that amazing? She's so talented. Anyway, I love you, Mom. I thank you so much for coming on and sharing. You have so much value for people. And yeah, I love you. And hopefully we'll get to hug soon.
And stay in the present moment, everybody, and you'll be fine.
Present moment. Okay.
There's no fear in the present moment.
There is no fear in the present moment.
Right.
That's powerful. Thank you. Love you.
You're welcome. Love you too.
Okay, bye.